Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red to Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. And today we don't have any video, but that's okay. You know, you can just enjoy our lovely voices, maybe put it on in the background or something, or you're doing something. And we'll just talk about, what's going on in Star Wars news and everything like that. So we have quite a bit to talk about this week, since we skipped last week.
Yeah. And that's probably going to be our norm here until the news really starts picking up. We're going to skip do every other week.
Yeah. And also, before Star Wars Celebration and all that, because I'm sure at Star Wars Celebration, when we actually go to Star Wars Celebration, there'll be a lot of stuff that will be revealed and stuff like that. And we'll probably just record it in the condo that we'll get.
Yep, we'll probably just do some simple recordings there.
Yeah. Just kind of talking about, maybe we'll do like a daily thing, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5.
A daily recap.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
What we went around and did.
We got
that day.
Almost a year to plan, so.
Yeah. So, have plenty of time. And I guess we'll just jump right into it. So, the first topic that we have today is that Star Wars Rebels co-creator is to write Boba Fett film, apparently. Simon Kinberg is his name, and he'll be penning the script for James Mangold's upcoming Boba Fett movie.
Yeah, so this one's sounding more and more
interesting.
Well, just concrete, like
it's gonna happen.
Probably going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, we know for a fact that Kenobi is going to happen.
Well, we're pretty sure they still haven't said anything official about the Kenobi movie.
Yeah.
And, jumping a little bit off topic, but still on topic, I don't think it's really going to depend that greatly on the way Solo's doing right now, which is a shame. Solo should be doing a lot better than it is. It's a great movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But for whatever reason, people didn't go see it. Maybe they just weren't that interested.
Or the marketing was bad, or,
just weren't interested. Yeah. A lot of people might just went right by them and they didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Because of the marketing wasn't real strong.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of factors why the marketing wasn't the greatest. Then they also were fighting for the same dollars as the Infinity Wars and
one reason
Deadpool.
Is that I think...
And they should just put it out in December. If they had put it out this December, it would have done as well as
Rogue
One, I think.
I think also, for some reason, Lucasfilm just didn't have the confidence in this movie. Like, Ron Howard definitely did, and everybody working on the film, but the people outside...
Yeah, and the people at Disney didn't seem to have
as much confidence for it as, like, the other films. Kind of the same thing with Rogue One, too, when you think about it. That same thing kind of happened to that movie, too. They didn't have enough confidence with it, and it was a really good movie. And actually, I like Solo better than Rogue One, but it was still a really good movie.
The advantage Rogue One had, I think, over Solo is you're getting introduced to all new characters.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, when it came to the Solo movies, like, do I really care about why Han Solo is the way he is? I like Han Solo the way he is.
Or some people like the mystery.
Right.
And not knowing what the Kessel Run is.
Right. There could have been, some of that factored in.
Yeah.
Along with the poor marketing, because you're right, they probably didn't have as much confidence in it, so they didn't spend as much on the marketing.
See,
they wanted to just see if maybe the name Star Wars had enough pull.
Yeah.
And the name Solo alone, without marketing it too much, had enough pull to get people to the theaters. And it just didn't. And then there's the other side of it where there were people out there intentionally boycotting it, so
yeah,
for whatever stupid reasons they have.
It makes no sense.
It's a sad thing that you would even consider. I mean, I don't like all of the Marvel movies.
Yeah,
but I've seen all of them.
Yeah.
And when one that came out that I didn't like so much, it didn't affect me going to see the next one.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like Thor Ragnarok, I didn't like that movie at all, but it didn't affect me to go watch
I didn't like that movie
one.
at all either.
Yeah.
It didn't affect going to Black Panther or Infinity Wars.
Nope.
Yeah. Or I didn't like Age of Ultron at all. In fact, that's probably my second least favorite. Thor Ragnarok being my most.
Nah,
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
Really? You know?
No, not Iron Man 2.
2.
Iron Man 3?
Which one's 2?
2 is the one with Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Yeah. 3 is the one with that freaking Alden Ehrenreich, or not Alden Ehrenreich, but freaking like whatever his name is, freaking dude with orange superpowers who's like invincible and crap.
Yeah, I didn't. The Mandarin.
The Mandarin.
That one I didn't like because they totally screwed up the Mandarin.
He wasn't the Mandarin. Yeah.
Because they totally screwed up the Mandarin.
Yeah.
That one was terrible.
No, you're right. It's Iron Man 3 that sucked.
Yeah.
2
the
was
second
okay.
one wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't.
Whiplash wasn't a horrible.
No, but 3 was horrid.
Yeah, 3 was bad. With the little kid.
Yeah, with the kid, and there's hardly any Iron Man until the very end. Then it was like all of his suits were fighting for him, and it's like, why even get in the suit then?
Right.
What the hell's the point? The suit.
Yeah.
Why even get inside of it? Just let the suits fight.
Yeah, why put yourself at risk?
Yeah, just put Jarvis in there and
just let him fight for you, and you just sit at your
or I guess Tuesday
mansion or whatever,
or Friday. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Friday. But yeah, those didn't affect me going to Black Panther, especially Thor Ragnarok, because I hated that movie, but I loved Black Panther.
Yeah,
and that is one thing though I could see definitely going wrong with this Boba Fett film is. People like the mystery of Boba Fett. They love the mystery of not knowing who he is, what he's been through, and what he does.
Yeah, people even didn't like the prequels where they made him what's it called?
Jango
Fett's clone son. They didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. I've got the
I don't have my wallet on me. Every time
I got the quarter scale sideshow collectible and the 6 scale sideshow collectible to prove it. I mean, I'm a huge Boba Fett fan. Mm-hmm. And I'm wearing a Boba Fett t-shirt, but you can't see it.
It's like a bit faded.
Well, they can't see it.
That's right. I was like, I forgot my wallet, and then I just realized, we're not filming.
We don't have a camera on us. It doesn't matter.
They can't see it. They can't see it because they can't see it.
But yeah.
Anyway, I'm not super excited about them doing a Boba Fett movie unless they do it the right way. Mm-hmm. And to me, the right way is to still have the mystery, and I don't know how you pull it off.
See, that's where I think...
But you maintain the mystery of Boba Fett.
Doing our idea would have been better, which was a TV show with each season having its own... focusing on its own bounty hunter. And you can definitely still keep the mystery there while hinting at things, Right, because you
get enough from, like, the cartoon, Clone Wars, about him as a younger kid, working with Aura Singh.
And
Bosk.
What's the blue guy's name again?
Cad
Bane. Yeah. Cad Bane.
You get enough of Boba Fett in the Clone Wars to see, like, it satisfied my needs to. I don't need to know any more about Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Now, if it's post.
That's what I'm wanting.
Post.
Return of the Jedi.
Getting out of the Sarlacc pit. Mm. I'm all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they need to go with it, in my opinion. Well, I was talking with a guy at work, too. He's like, they're talking about making a Boba Fett movie. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much already in the cards. They're going to make a Boba Fett movie. And he's like, man, I don't know. And I was like, as long as they do it after Return of the Jedi. He's like, I didn't think about that. I'm like, that's where I would go with it, because that's where it's not going to ruin the mystique or the unknown about the origins of Boba Fett. You don't need an origins movie of Boba Fett. We already know where his origins are.
No. I would like to see a Boba Fett movie in the same vein as, like, a John Wick. He's just wrecking shop. Like, the whole movie is just him wrecking shop. And he does never need to take off the mask. You don't need to know what he looks like underneath.
Yep.
He just wrecks shop the entire time.
You just hear his voice.
And because he's just going on a vendetta after people that, like, who maybe somebody didn't save him in the Sarlacc pit. Like, he was able to contact someone like, yeah, you're on your own, pal. And then and they didn't come get him.
One thing that they do need to do, if they do a Boba Fett movie, and they do set it after Return of the Jedi, they need to bring in the other bounty hunters, Bosk, Zuckuss, Forlum, IG-88, and Dengar. I think that they're kind of a necessity in that type of movie. Because you need to see where all the bounty hunters, like, maybe they hang out at a specific place. Or there's a cantina specifically built for bounty hunters, and that's
like
it.
In John Wick.
Yeah, like in John Wick,
like the Continental.
Yeah, a Continental, but in, like, Star Wars, and for, just pure bounty hunters. That would be a really cool idea. And I mean, I remember when I saw like a fan trailer of Boba Fett a while ago. It was like a fan trailer for a movie, and it was basically a trail, just like a little teaser of him climbing out of the Sarlacc pit and then walking by, and then you just see Slave One fly up in front of him, and he steps on into it. And I was like, if they just make it the opening of the movie that, and then all of a sudden, like, Boba Fett is the title, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah, if they picked it up right where he gets out of the Sarlacc pit and just move forward, and they could even just time jump after that. They could, like, tell you how he got out of the Sarlacc pit. Time jump 3 years.
Yeah, I could even say, like, 3 years later. I don't care.
Right.
Yeah.
But it would be cool. That's the only way I'd want to see one is
Post
Return of the
Jedi.
Jedi.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I don't need somewhere in between
Nope.
Clone Wars and Empire.
Not after seeing the Han Solo movie. I don't need him to, like, sort of get into that
Time scan.
Yeah, that era
Yeah.
of the
Because
time.
we've already had 2 movies set in that era.
Yeah, now you
And,
have,
like, a
you've
lot
had
of
Rogue
freaking
One,
games.
you've had-
And we're probably going to get another one with
Battlefront
Obi-Wan.
2
That's
was
the
another.
only place Obi-Wan fits.
Yeah. And Battlefront 2, the video game, was also set in that timeline. And the new freaking Star Wars game that's coming out, Fallen Order, is also going to be set in that timeline. I'm like, please give us a different timeline.
Okay, so not to I'll get off topic a little bit onto the Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No,
If they're going to make an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie, do you want, after seeing the Solo movie, and if people haven't seen it,
Spoiler
alert.
Yeah.
You should have seen it, and you should see it if you haven't seen it.
Yes.
There's Darth Maul is back.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi being Kenobi, like, basically killing Darth Maul like he does in Rebels, and that's where that movie ends?
No. I would rather have the separate.
Yes, me too.
Because we were talking about, this guy at work was talking about that too, and he's like, that's one of the most, like, epic scenes in all of Star Wars.
Oh,
It's in a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you see Luke running across this little kid, Luke, and he runs across, and then, yeah, it's just, like, that's like one of the most epic scenes in Star Wars, and it's in Rebels, the cartoon.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people have never seen it, so you're just wondering if you wanted to bring that to the big screen, that scene.
Oh, I would say
big screen.
Clone Wars and Rebels both have more epic moments than the movies.
Yeah, to me, when Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order, that's one of the biggest moments in Star Wars of all time.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, her decision to leave and why she does it.
my favorite fight scene in all of Star Wars is Maul versus Vizsla in the Mandalorian temple. And they're, Vizsla's flying around with his jetpack, and Maul is, like, doing flips and crap. And I love that fight scene. It's such a great fight scene, and it's personally my favorite fight scene ever in Star Wars. So it's pretty funny that the cartoons are, like, have a lot of epic moments.
You know why? Because they have time to show us those.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, really.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm so excited.
I mean, aside from, like, Vader revealing he's Luke's father, that's, like, one of the most epic moments of Star Wars of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from that, most of the epic moments lie in the cartoons.
We're, not counting the end of it, but when Anakin finally gets the mask on his face in Revenge of the Sith, and you just hear that.
Yeah.
Before
not that part.
But you knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no build up to that. Like, you knew, I know what he's going to look like.
Yeah, but it was still cool to see that iconic character again,
Yeah.
And,
another epic moment is Vader chopping down rebels in Rogue One.
Yes.
That's one of the most epic scenes.
I love that scene.
Yeah.
Love that scene. But I mean, that's one of the reasons why why I'm very excited for Jon Favreau's live action TV series, because just thinking about the epic stuff that he could do with that, would be really cool.
Because he'll have time to play out and, like, really develop characters and stories.
Yeah. So,
Move along.
So, we have the next topic is Star Wars The Last Jedi comic reveals the secret of Leia's Force flight. So I'll just put up the pictures here. So it says, "Is this the end of a lifetime spent fighting, resisting, surviving? Like Luke once told me, the future is always in motion, difficult to see. But as I look within the Force for a glimpse of mine, it has never seemed clearer. The end, like hell." And then,
yeah, in typical Leia fashion.
Yeah. So she
yep, and then she
does
flies back to the ship. You know, that's all her just thinking. You know, it's like, is this the end for me? You know, so
yeah.
It was a more conscious thing, I think, for her to use the Force. Is what they're really showing in the comic.
Yeah. I mean, people still complain about that scene to this day.
Well, people complain about The Last Jedi a lot.
Yeah. And some of the points I get.
And I enjoy the movie for what it is.
Yeah.
It's just so different from any of the other movies. I mean, it takes place in like a very confined amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, no other Star Wars movie takes place in just that short period of time.
Oh, yeah, all the rest of them have time skips. That one had none.
Yeah.
It had 0.
All the rest of them you can, like, account for, like, okay, it took them a little while to get here, you know, oh, they were there for a while, and, you know, that kind of stuff. Even though Force Awakens moves fairly quick, you don't really know how long, Finn was walking across the desert till he found Nima Outpost.
Yeah.
Who knows how many, you know, was he out there just one day? I doubt it.
Yeah.
Probably 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because he was going for that water.
Right, and then you don't really know, like, you know that BB-8, who knows how long BB-8 was going across the desert, you know?
Until he finally found Rey.
Until he ran into Rey.
So there's plenty of, like, time there that's built in, that even though they don't show it, it's built in that there's, you know, it takes place over time.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie is confined because they can, you know, they put themselves in that box with, well, they got this much fuel. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as soon as you put that constraint on it, that movie is this.
Kind of reminds me of...
You have to hold it to that.
What's that movie where the guy has, like, a bomb on the bus and you have to, like... He has to go...
Speed?
Yeah. It's like that movie, kind of.
Right. I mean, it's a finite amount of time. You don't have a lot of time to develop characters because you have to move the story forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, next topic that we have is Star Wars Episode 9 gets a new working title. I saw it while you guys were talking. If it doesn't load again. Here we go. It says, Trixie is the name of the working title.
You know, it's just a working title.
Yeah.
They'd give them all the movies get working titles. I think J.J. Abrams just being clever trying to include the IX for Episode 9. That's really all it is.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what it actually is to be.
I'm excited for Episode 9. I just want to see what J.J. Abrams does, because who knows what he does with, you know, where it was left off by Ryan Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's got to be a decent time jump, I think.
4 years at least, or 5, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Kind of like Empire to Return. Oh no, I guess that one's not that long. But
no, more like New Hope.
New Hope to Empire is a pretty good jump.
I think it's a little bit. It's a couple years anyway.
At least 2 or 3 years.
Building Hoth base. I mean, to develop Hoth base over that amount of time, they'd have to take time to do that. Unless they were already building it, you know, while they're on Yavin 4, because I'm sure they're...
Yeah, but to get Han back is not as long, but it's still a time jump.
Right. Well, I mean, there is a significant time jump, because Luke goes off to train to be a more powerful Jedi. He's way more powerful in the beginning of Return of the Jedi than we last see him in Empire. So,
yeah,
there's a definite... And, you know, he says, like, "Yeah, I'm out for a little while." And
yeah.
People get to lose
the Ranger. Yeah.
So, next topic that we have is EA's upcoming AAA Star Wars game will blend online play with a single-player campaign. So basically, it's going to be like Destiny, or their next game that's coming out. Why can I not think of the name?
EA's next game?
Yeah, it's like the big game that's coming out that, like, everybody's like, oh, it might be good, it might be crap, because it's BioWare working on a game that BioWare has no idea how to make, and that was EA's fault because they chose those people to make this game. but I don't remember the name of it exactly. But I'm guessing it will probably be like this game. I would say depends entirely on that other game to be successful.
Yeah.
Because I played a little bit of Destiny, the first one, and it was okay. It wasn't great, and honestly, that kind of gameplay style, I'm not a big fan of it. I like just me in a world all my own where I can go and do crazy crap, and like no one can stop me, and I'm not running into other players doing, crazy crap. I like to be, I don't know, by myself. Like, I'm the only crazy one in this place, Like, I don't know, I like that kind of feeling more, like a Skyrim or a Fallout and stuff. But, I mean, if it works, And I don't think this is the one that they're talking about with Respawn.
No.
I think this is a completely separate one.
I believe so.
And this is actually, I think this is the one that they got rid of, the one that Visceral was making.
Yeah.
For. And, oh boy, if they mess it up, people are going to be so mad that they shut down a company, basically for no reason. And, it'll be hell to pay if they mess it up.
Yeah, you can survive all that crap. I mean, they have thus far.
Yeah.
Nothing's been able to really tarnish it. I mean, they take all the backlash and like, whatever, we'll just make whatever we want.
Yeah.
And you fools will play it.
Yeah.
No, it's because they're one of the biggest players in the game, and if you don't get their games, you're missing out on a ton of games.
Yeah. Right. So, hopefully, it will be good. Crossing fingers.
It'll be interesting to see, since, I guess, just today, I think I saw that on the news, J.J. Abrams is launching his own video game company.
That'd be interesting.
So I'm wondering if he might get, in the future, some Star Wars games to go to his
game company. That would be cool.
Yep,
there's going to be so many lens flares.
He's starting one. He's starting one up.
They'll start great, but who knows how they'll finish.
That's what he should name his game company, Lens Flare.
There was... I found something. There was something interesting there, that there was somebody else that also has a game company, but it's a very small. They're coming out with their first game. I want to say it was Elijah Wood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to look that up later. That's interesting.
I think it's Elijah Wood has his own gaming company.
Huh.
He just started it not too long ago, and their first game's coming out soon. So it's like very small, independent.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what Abrams is going to be. Is he's jumping into a realm where there's like the giants.
Yeah,
and you just hope you don't get crushed by them.
I mean, like look at what are their names?
But I think he has a good opportunity to get Star Wars games because he's made the movies.
Yeah, but they're the ones
they have the relationship already, so it wouldn't be too hard for him to go and pitch to Kathleen Kennedy and the people at Lucas Arts to get them to.
Yeah.
So it'd be kind of interesting to see if anything ever comes of that.
There's the guys also who made Witcher, and they're coming out with a game that I'm very excited for, which is called Cyberpunk 2077. It's gonna be set in kind of like a Blade Runner type world, open world. I think you can choose, customize your character and stuff. It looks like a lot of fun, and I'm very excited for that. And they're kind of they're more of a smaller game company too, but people are hyped for their games because they loved Witcher, and they're really excited for Cyberpunk. So
the thing about smaller companies is they have to take the time to get it right the first time.
Yeah, I do.
Like they can't be like EA and just here, push it out the door. Oh, they're complaining about this, fix it.
Yeah, otherwise
smaller companies can't do
done.
that. Right, you're done if you're
gonna
don't have something right away.
Your investors will dry up real fast.
Now I'm excited for that one guy from Koei who said that he wants to make a Dynasty Warriors type Star Wars game, because I could see a lot of great potential with that type of game.
Yeah. That'd be sweet.
So we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, the Han Solo season continues on June 12th. 12th?
That was yesterday.
So you can go get Alden Ehrenreich Han Solo, looks like, and a younger Chewbacca. I know that they said that later on they're gonna add some Obi-Wan Kenobi, which he should have been there in the first place. One of the most influential, characters ever in Star Wars, and he's not in the game. But and then you get Lando too, Donald Glover, Lando. That's pretty cool. Granted, a lot of people are still pretty mad that they're just abandoning this game like pretty soon. So like a lot of people are like, okay, so
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be too surprised I won't be too surprised. They don't ever make another Battlefront movie or game, just because they've screwed it up twice now, and there's no reason people aren't going to buy it. They're gonna be like, sorry, you've burned me twice on these games.
Yeah.
I'm not falling for it again.
Now this next one, it gets me excited. It's Star Wars Fallen Order. Now this one has been announced by EA, and it's being I watched the E3, and they didn't even have like the guy who's the lead designer and the guy who's making the game. They didn't even have a stage for him. He was just sitting out in the audience, and people were just coming out up to him in the audience and interviewing him, sitting next to him and just interviewing him about the game. He's like, it's early in production. We don't even have anything started on it yet. We're just, doing storyboards, scripting, everything like that, writing, figuring out where the story's going. And basically it's going to be set in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And it's about you play as a Padawan who survived Order 66.
So you're paying Kane and Jarrus.
Yeah, or his roommate.
Yeah, or, a different Padawan out there somewhere. I would personally love if there is some character customization in this game. Like,
Different race.
Yeah, you can, be a Twi'lek or, I mean, granted, I wouldn't mind having, one character that you play as, everybody who plays as the same character. But also, it's a Star Wars game, and you have a lot of freedoms with races and stuff. And I think that would be really cool to have a customizable character in a Star Wars game, especially a single-player one, kind of like, Knights of the Old Republic, or even Jedi Academy. And speaking of Jedi Academy, I hope that this game has, it kind of has to, good lightsaber battle
It has to.
system.
I mean, I can't see how they get away with it not having pretty, state-of-the-art, ways to make that work.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
or you just can't develop a game like that.
Jedi Academy is still the best lightsaber dueling in a game ever made, because it was so fluid and snappy and responsive, and you felt like you were in complete control of every swing that you had. So I really hope that they do go back maybe to Jedi Academy, maybe, polish it a bit for modern gamers and
systems.
And make it good. But I'm excited for this. It looks like it's going to be hopefully single player. No online bull crap, please. Just single player, story driven game, which is something that a lot of people have just been asking for a long time, and I don't get why nobody at EA is like, hey, you know what? Maybe we should listen to people. But I'm excited. I'm excited for Respawn's. I'm excited to see what they do. Hopefully EA won't dip their fingers in it too much. I hope.
Or they will.
Oh yeah, they will. Hopefully it's just freaking, hey, you want a different costume or a special race to play as? Here, pre-order the game. That's all I want. Or you pre-order the game, maybe you get some special equipment early on in the game or something. That'd be cool. So we have Rian Johnson's new Star Wars trilogy may hit theaters in 2020 is the next topic that we have. I don't know, what do you guys think about this?
Well, there's a lot, I say a lot of talk. I was watching Jedi Council with Christian Harloff, and he seems to think the Rian Johnson trilogy won't ever happen.
It's
they're pretty much going to sweep that one under the rug just after, sort of the divisiveness of Last Jedi. I think it's going to happen because of the divisiveness of that he
but
that he brought to Last Jedi, that he can make
there's also
Star Wars movies so much different.
Yeah, there's also the unprofessional behavior by him, though, towards people who didn't like Last Jedi. So you have that controversy.
I don't know that he was... I mean... to say unprofessional, I think, is the wrong term. Maybe a little abrasive.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you want to defend your project.
Yeah.
So, and when you just have trolls out there who probably didn't even see the movie, or maybe they did once, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe they even went into the movie like, well, I'm going to hate this anyway. And they just, like, voice those, like, super, super negative opinions, like, all the time. And they're, like, always on his Twitter feed, just, like, jamming him. You're going to say something like, dude, shut up. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Eventually you're going to get fed up with it. And I don't mind when they stick up for the projects they made.
Yeah.
By all means, defend yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Defend the decisions you made. If, you know, if you just say, that's fine, you didn't like it, so don't like it. But
yeah.
I don't need to hear about it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't. That's one thing I don't. That's why I don't do any of that social media crap. I mean, not that anybody would follow me or anything anyway, but I just don't need that negative crap in my life. So why even do it?
Right. Well, I was gonna get to this at the end, but yeah, we'll save it to the end.
Okay.
We'll save it to the end.
Okay. But I don't know. I'm gonna be a bit wary on Rian Johnson's.
Me too.
trilogy.
I mean, I have to see something.
It really depends on like where he goes with it and where it
even
takes
is.
place and like what the story is, because it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be Empire Rebellion related.
Nope.
I don't think it's gonna. I bet it's gonna be Force. The Force will be there because I think he loves that stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll have to do with the Force, but who knows, you know, where it takes place or when it takes place.
If it gets made, I'm kind of more. Who's the guy on the Jedi thingy, Bob? Did you watch? That Olaf guy or whatever.
Christian Harloff.
Oh, Olaf, Harloff, whatever. Same thing. Same thing. I'm kind of in his boat. I think it might get. I mean, I'm 50-50. It might get swept under the rug and it never gets made. Because the studios hire directors to do movies all the time and they never get made. So after the kind of the backlash that some people have had over The Last Jedi, I think they're kind of by 2020 though they might have, you know, it might, and after Abrams' movie comes out, that might die off and it might, you know. Well, Abrams kind of go away a little bit.
Abrams' movie may do a lot to help Last Jedi. Like, you might watch Abrams' movie and go back and like, oh.
Just, he might, yeah.
You might go back through Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, who knows what J.J. Abrams will do.
So, it's just, I think it depends on just maybe maybe as time goes on, it'll get. But right now, I'm kind of in that same camp of it might get swept under the rug and just nothing ever happens with it. But yes, we'll see.
Yeah.
If they start filming, then you know it's coming.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They've got to start filming soon, within the next year.
Yeah.
Because 2020 is not that far away.
Right. They would have to start in 2019.
Yeah, it'd have to start in 2019.
So, what was the thing that you wanted to bring up, since that's the last topic?
All right. So, and just to continue the conversation about trolls on the internet.
Oh, okay.
This past week, Kelly Marie Tran, who plays Rose, deleted all her content. Now, she didn't delete her actual page, but all her content on
her actual Twitter account.
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
Her Instagram content due to trolls. Because she was getting so many negative comments. I hate you. You ruined Star Wars. And all kinds of other negative crap, like every single day, every single post that she would put up, whether it was Star Wars related or not.
Yeah.
And they basically just ran her off of Instagram.
One thing that I have to say about that, I do not like the character of Rose Tico, but blame the character, not the actor.
Well, not that, but even then, you don't go onto their Instagram page and just go after that person.
Obviously, you don't like the person. That's why you're following them in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, you don't like the character they play.
Yeah.
It's not
Right.
even the person. You don't even know her.
Some people cannot. They can't even.
That's how stupid people are.
They're so like disillusioned.
Is Rose and Rose is Kelly, and they're the same person, and she is the same. Like, no, that's not the way it works. But that's the way people think.
Yeah, you think Star Wars fans would be a little bit smarter, but apparently
look at all the
idiots.
And
everywhere.
it's just, I mean, there's been like people coming out and like bragging about, yeah, we ran her off Instagram, you know, and they're just like celebrating it. I mean, those
somebody should come to your house and run you off the planet.
Those people are like complete idiots. But unfortunately, they're out. They can get on to whatever they want.
Yeah.
And harass whoever they want. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy was getting some of the same stuff. They had a thing. People were posting "Happy Birthday, Kat," because it's her birthday last week. Mm-hmm. And like, oh, she wrote Star Wars, and like they were just like maliciously going after her, like almost to the point of death threats for some of these people. It's like, it gets so crazy. Mm-hmm. Those people aren't Star Wars fans. You know, most of it is all the people who, well, one, they hate Disney for buying Lucasfilm because they got rid of all my extended. You know, you just go back and read. Forget about. Don't watch any more new stuff.
Yeah, just read your.
Just pick up your little
books and then pretend.
Go to your mama's basement
and pretend that those are canon. Don't get me wrong. Right. I don't like that some of the extended stuff got cut too. Like for example, the Old Republic. In my opinion, that didn't need to be cut. In my opinion, what they should have done was just cut the stuff after Return of the Jedi, and that was it. They didn't need to cut stuff from the Old Republic.
Unless they plan on revisiting that area in books.
Well, so far, they don't show any plans of doing that.
But they must have a plan to, or else they wouldn't have cut it.
They must have, hopefully.
But, I mean, and then there's the people, and these people drive me nuts. Oh, this character is back. Like, they mentioned his name.
Oh, yeah. See, I was hoping for that.
That means nothing. That name is back, but the character you knew as that name isn't necessarily back.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for
until
that.
They're back.
Dash Rendar in Han Solo. But they did mention Needles from in Han Solo, and he is a character, but he's not in that time period. At least he shouldn't be, because he's a character from the Old Republic, and he's a Rhodian bounty hunter, kind of like Greedo.
Yeah, but so they mentioned the name Needles.
Yeah,
but it's not that character you knew.
No,
it's just a name to like.
I like to imagine that it's the same.
It's
character.
Fan service.
Yeah.
Like, and people can't understand like the difference.
Yeah.
Between little fan service nods to stuff that's in the old. It doesn't bring back everything about that.
Just because they said his name.
It's just saying that we recognize that there is this stuff out there. And so we're going to drop this name in there. That's all. It doesn't bring the things back 100%.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me because Han Solo didn't do very well. And I think there was a huge campaign to, like, really slam it on Rotten Tomatoes in the very beginning.
Yeah.
And that maybe deterred some of the
casual
fans. Yeah, the average, casual fans. Like, yeah, I'll go see it if I hear good things about it.
Yeah.
It got bad Rotten Tomato scores right out of the gate. I think that was all just a big troll campaign to like bash it.
I think
because I
don't even look at Rotten Tomatoes very often.
I don't either.
But I looked at it like recently just because it came up, and it was like at a 70-some% fan. I mean, that's pretty good with the trolls out there who'd like, at the very beginning, like the first week, I think I looked at it, it was like in the 30s.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you look at the exit polling of actually people who went to the movie,
yeah,
it's gotten an A rating.
Right. Yep.
From all the people who have gone to it, it's got an A- rating.
And here's the other thing
maybe some
that
B's here and there.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, no, overall, the average is an A- rating.
Oh, really?
From everybody that they polled coming out of the movie.
Wow. If Star Wars is doing so poorly, why did Celebration sell out 5-day passes in less than a week?
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, in less than like 3 days, I think.
Yeah, I barely got ours.
5-day passes are sold out. Saturday adult passes are sold out. I mean, you can't tell me that there's like so much negativity surrounding Star Wars. If there was, 5-day passes would still be available for Star Wars in Chicago.
We'll also see when they open up their theme park areas of Disneyland and Disney World how fast that books up and how many people are there. It would be ridiculous. I wouldn't even go the first couple years.
Oh, no.
So many people. It's going to be ridiculous.
I don't listen to the trolls. I'm a fan of Star Wars. You want to call me a fanboy or whatever you want to call me.
Yeah.
Whatever derogatory name you want to call me. I really don't care. You can call me whatever.
No, I love
You're
Star Wars.
You're never going to deter me from going to see a Star Wars movie.
Nope.
I've seen Han Solo 4 times.
I've seen it
I
twice.
will go back and see it again.
We watched the prequels, and, you know, we all have our opinions on them, but guess what?
You know what's funny is when they come on TV, like
I can sit down and watch
I
them.
sit down and watch them.
Yeah. Especially
even if it's like Attack of the Clones, which is my least favorite movie of all of the Star Wars, I still catch myself. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And then it's like, oh, here comes a Padme and friggin' Anakin stuff. I'll switch channel,
and then
I'll come back.
Obi-Wan, yes.
Yeah, and watch some of the Obi-Wan stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, but I'm a fan, huge fan of Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I will go and watch whatever movie they make.
Right.
Not even the Rian Johnson stuff, which I'm not a big Last Jedi fan.
Me neither.
I will still go see the movie when
Same
he brings
here.
it. If his trilogy happens, I will be there on opening night watching that movie.
Yep.
Because that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I mean, put it this way: I have I don't know how many. I go to work every day, and 90% of the time I'm wearing a Star Wars T-shirt because that's 90% of my wardrobe.
Yeah.
Is Star Wars T-shirts.
I mean, yeah, like, for example, I was talking to some people. I do, like, a rehearsal for this kind of play thing that we're doing for Disney songs, and I was just talking to a couple of people, and I was wearing my Star Wars 40th celebration shirt, and they were wondering what that was, and I had to pull it down and show them. They're like, "Oh man, did you see Solo yet?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, I loved it." And we were talking about it, and they loved Solo, and they were like, "Yeah, I liked Last Jedi. It wasn't my favorite, but I liked it, and I'm very excited to see what comes out of Episode 9." And we were just talking about stuff. Also, I have a theory to run by you guys. So this theory is that this guy has this theory that Kira and Han are actually Rey's parents.
No.
No.
I mean, I saw that theory that Kira Rey's mom?
Yeah.
I'm like, it kind of should be older.
Yeah.
I mean, it could line up that's the case.
Yeah.
I doubt
What
it.
is that?
It's Jade's phone. Well, that's made it worse.
There, stopped. But yeah, no, Kira is Rey's mom. You don't think that's a possibility?
It maybe not Han's
Not
daughter.
No, right, not Han.
Maybe that's why he helped her as much as he did.
Maybe he knows that she's Kira's
Or he could
daughter.
see Kira in her. Like...
Man, no, that's kind of interesting now.
Yeah, like...
I mean, I could see that.
I could see, like, maybe not Han and Kira, but just Kira's daughter.
Right.
Yeah. And I mean, there was also a picture that I saw...
It can't be Kira and Darth Maul's daughter, though. So.
No. But
I don't even think it would be Kira and Dryden Voss's daughter.
No,
No.
she'd be too old.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because...
she'd be way old.
Yeah,
she'd
because
be
Dryden's dead.
Yeah, she's
she'd
too
be-
young. Rey's too young to
Young.
be, Dryden Voss's daughter. So she...
But it'd have to be Kira later in life.
Yeah.
Right.
But, like, I was thinking about that, and then I also saw a picture that was of Beckett, and when he says, "Trust no one," and then down below it says, it has Rey, and she says, "I am no one," to Han. And Han instantly kind of trusts her. And it's very interesting, like, the connections. I don't know if that was purposeful,
Or
or...
if it's just some
Coincidence.
clever person out there that's like, hey.
Yeah, like...
I mean, you just
Yes.
dig enough into it.
Somebody it's even worse than we are about watching these things, like pulling every little thread that they can find.
Yeah, they've been going crazy with it, and honestly, if that's the case, that would be very interesting.
Would that be? Would she be? Well, I guess she's close to the same age as Ben, so
Yeah,
it just have to be a little bit later in life, like Kira in her mid-30s,
yeah,
like Leia in her mid-30s when Ben was born, apparently.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because both of them are in their 60s, and their kids maybe in their 20s. So, if you think about it, Leia and Han had to have had been when they were almost in their 40s.
Yeah.
Is when he was born.
Yeah, they had him later.
Later in life.
Yeah, not right after Return of the Jedi.
No, it was a
like
while
10
after.
years later.
10 years after.
Yeah.
Jedi,
Or
so
15 years later, even. I don't
yeah.
know. No,
So
about 10, I guess.
Sorry if you can hear the puppy barking in the
Oh,
background.
yeah, it's all right. He's a butthead. For a deaf dog, he talks a lot.
But yeah, I heard that theory and I was like, that might be good to run past Jay and Ryan, see what they think of it.
It could be. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't have. I mean, if they wanted to tie that, they could, and there's not, it'd be easy to do.
Yeah.
Yep, it would be easy.
And that will give you kind of a reason why Han, not necessarily that he knew, just the way she acted reminded him of Kira. And that way,
that's
why he bonded with her so quickly and was able to bond with her so quickly.
And even offered her a place in the Millennium Falcon with him and Chewie.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that could totally be you could totally go back if Abrams wanted to do it. He could totally do that.
Yeah.
And pull that forward.
Yep. Yeah, because Kira could still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing...
You just get an older actress to play her.
Yeah.
The thing that kind of sucks about the Solo movie not doing so well is I think the potential for the second movie, even if it's a spin-off of just Kira and Darth Maul, is huge. And it would be... I mean, that's the one our sister wants. She's like, I don't need any more of Han Solo. Go the other direction.
No, because we know where he's going.
Yeah.
He's headed to Tatooine.
To meet Jabba the Hutt.
And do
whatever
jobs for him for a while until he screws one up.
Right. Until he drops a shipment.
Yeah. So we already kind of know. So really where that movie could go would be the other branch that they totally left you with, and that's Kira and Darth Maul branch.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I noticed was... I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but Lando, he says in one of the, I think it was like, so what is like the biggest thing you ever betted on, or, something like that. And he says, I betted a moon.
Oh yeah, he won like
some tropical moon.
Luxury moon.
And that's what they're playing on at the last scene. Is his moon.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's because it's tropical and everything.
Yep.
And I'm like, I didn't catch that before, but that's actually where they're playing on. Is
his resort.
Is what it used to be his moon. He lost it again, right? Or here's the money pit.
No,
he just said it was a money pit.
Yeah, it was a money pit, yeah. And I thought that was very interesting that they mentioned that.
That kind of makes sense on how they found him.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
How Alden Ehrenreich and Chewie found him.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
They went to his moon.
Yeah, I didn't catch that the first 2 times, but when I watched it the third time at the drive-in, I was like, oh, wait! That makes sense now. So, yeah. But yeah, I love the Han Solo movie so much. Thought it was very good. And honestly,
and everybody that's out there hasn't gone and seen it, you're missing out.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's a great movie.
Now, they could definitely do... I mean... I bet you anything that this movie will do really well in rentals and DVD sales and Blu-ray and...
I think so, too. The one thing it
4K.
didn't have going for it, which maybe The Last Jedi kind of didn't have going for it either, was there was no reason... It was PG-13, so there was no reason to take your... Like, there's no reason for the fans that are, like, more average fans of Star Wars that have children, there was no reason to take your kid to that movie.
Yeah.
To the Han Solo movie. There was just no... I mean, what was the point of... They don't know the character as well as you did as an adult.
Yeah.
They're not as attached to them. They're not... It's not Rey and those... And the newer generation, so... Maybe this... Going back in time and making movies... Except for Rogue One did so well.
Yeah.
That's because you knew a sentence about it.
True.
That's all you knew about it.
You just knew that that there was a group of people that went and stole the plans, Death Star plans.
But Solo, you just had a whole bunch of sentences, but never really.
But you had a character too that you already knew, and you already knew him all the way through the original trilogies, plus into the next set of not the prequels, but the next set. Not Last Jedi, but the Force Awakens.
Yeah.
You had Han Solo there too, so you already had a character that you really, really knew.
Excuse me.
And there wasn't as big of a demand to know more about him, I think.
Yeah.
But there was also the backlash over The Last Jedi, which I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you punish the Solo movie for something that you didn't like in The Last Jedi.
Because you just want to punish I gotta get them.
Get Disney.
Right.
I gotta get Disney.
I gotta bankrupt Disney, but not
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
to
Disney's not gonna go
Good
bankrupt.
luck.
They're talking
Good
about
luck.
Disney's talking about buying Netflix. So good luck with that, people.
What's funny is Netflix is worth more than Disney.
Yeah, it is.
Like, they just surpassed
Yeah,
Disney.
well,
in
maybe it'll
net
go the other
worth.
way. Maybe it'll go the other way around. Maybe
Netflix
will
will buy
Disney
Disney. That'd be interesting to
just
see.
for their content.
Yeah, just so they can keep the Marvel stuff
all the
on
Star
there
Wars
and all the
stuff.
Star Wars
Just all
stuff.
the Disney content, Pixar, Disney,
I could definitely,
Lucasfilms. There's a lot of content for them to
yeah, I could
to pick
definitely
up
see
and put on their streaming channel,
Netflix making a deal with Disney, like a serious deal, would
or
be
a
like,
merger, maybe just a merger
Yeah,
instead of an
exactly.
acquisition. It's
Yeah,
a
so
merger
that
where they
way-
merge together.
hey,
Right,
And
because
that
you haven't
saves-
heard anything.
Yeah, that saves work for Disney for making their own streaming service.
Right.
They don't need to make it anymore. They just have Netflix now for it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they merged together. Those
Yeah.
two companies didn't. Now, this wouldn't be like an acquisition where one buys the other. This would be where the two companies come together and become one company.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's more of a merger than it is an acquisition.
yeah. Now,
That'd be interesting.
when I went to see Han Solo with my friends, my one friend had one complaint. He's like, "Really? That's how Aura Singh goes out? She just gets pushed off a cliff?"
Doesn't mean
And I just said, "Well, not everyone can have an epic death."
Well,
That's what I
You
said.
don't know it led up to that push.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but you also don't know. Did they go and collect her dead body from the bottom of the cliff?
Yeah,
Not everybody dies when
Yep.
they jump out when they fall off a cliff.
Look at Darth Maul.
Yep,
He
he
fell
got
down.
cut in half
Yeah.
and fell down a big giant shaft and survived.
Oh,
So-
that means we didn't see the Emperor die.
True.
Yes, he
He
did.
just, got, he just got thrown over the edge.
Though we did see him explode. Kinda.
Well, we saw something.
Explode.
That could have been him slowing himself down with the force
Oh, yeah.
when he's hitting the ground.
As he was getting closer to the reactor,
And it shot up. And then he got out with the...
I think he just winked
couple of-
himself out and became a Sith ghost.
Could have been.
Wink.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Imagine.
Striking you
Freaking.
down.
Gosh dang it, Darth Vader. You really need to stop doing that. You're just
Right.
making people more powerful.
Quit it, Darth Vader.
Stop. Okay. So that is it for episode, I don't even know, 55?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
55, 56? One of those two, I think. Might be 57. I'm not sure. But I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed.
We'll try to have the video back next time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
In 2 weeks from...
From
Yeah.
now. Or from, I guess, Thursday, because that's most likely when I'll post this. And, because we're recording on Tuesday.
It's
Also-
Wednesday, dude.
Wednesday. Ha! Okay, so tomorrow I'll post this. But you can also follow our Facebook page. There we post almost everything we talk about, except for that, long ramble that we did at the end there. That was all extra chatter
right.
stuff.
Well, there was stuff out there to post. I just don't want to give a lot of credence. I just want to talk about it, and then we won't have to talk about it ever again. But
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't want. I don't want to give credence to trolls out there.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I've been seeing a lot of, clickbaity titles, like, Kathleen Kennedy getting fired from
Right.
Lucasfilm,
Yeah,
and...
Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, is going to take over LucasArts.
I mean-
oh, come on.
I mean,
Feige's
granted-
not leaving Marvel.
I mean, granted, Kathleen Kennedy could leave.
That happens all the
Yeah,
time.
it
People
happens.
leave jobs.
Yeah.
People move on.
Yep. So, I mean, it's definitely a possibility, but I don't think she'd necessarily get fired. I think she'd more...
For one movie not doing as well
Just
as
drop
everybody
out.
would after I had so many issues.
Yeah. I think she'd just more drop out.
And it really has nothing to do with the movie.
No,
The movie's good.
The movie's really good.
Yeah.
The movie Ron Howard put out is good.
Yeah.
Alden Ehrenreich did a great job as Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
The acting
Donald
was
Glover's
good.
great
The story was
Lando.
good.
I mean,
The dynamic between Chewie and Han was awesome.
Woody
the new
Harrelson
dude,
is Woody Harrelson.
the new dude who played Chewie.
Did a
I
great
couldn't
job.
even
even
tell the difference. I couldn't even
No.
tell the difference.
No, it was like
yeah,
Peter Mayhew was in the suit, man.
Yep.
Same mannerisms.
Same. Yep. It's the same thing. But yeah, you can find everything that we post there. And please feel free to join in on the conversation. Give us your own opinions. You can comment either on the links that we share or even on this episode here about what you think about, certain things and stuff, and, maybe spark some friendly debate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just have a conversation. You don't
Yeah.
have to be mean.
Yeah, exactly. Not have to be
If you're mean, you'll just be banned.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'll have pretty short bans.
Banhammer time.
Time to
Jay,
get out
where
the band stick.
Where can people find you on Instagram?
Instagram at jwilsonbydesign. And that's it.
You can find me on YouTube under Major Glutterix. Just started up Yakuza 4, and as I say, if you're going to watch Yakuza 4, please, I recommend you watch my other Yakuza series, because there's a lot of characters and development and stuff that you will miss out on. A lot of hilarious moments that you'll also miss out on in that game, because those games are just, they're freaking manic. So, but yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time. So, bye!
Laters.